Okay, all of our animation people doing great. Let's do a little bit of intro to our first basic exercise in animation. So yesterday, well, not yesterday. Well, whenever you did this, I'm gonna put my tablet up. Whenever we did this, we did a short example animation of a ball bounce. Let me pull that up so I can take a look at it. Okay, solo intro animation. This is the one that you all were supposed to do on the classroom. So right now we have these two animations, these two ball bounces that I posted on here. That I animated both of these just to kind of show you how the ball bounces look when you use those principles of animation that we talked about in The Illusion of Life, which you should have watched here. Okay, so when you animated your ball bounce, some of you may have animated something that looks a little more like this. So today we're going to talk about how to get it to here. Now, I want you to get used to ball bounces because ball bounces are a really good fundamental exercise. And yeah, so we're going to talk about that a little bit today, or right now. And then we're going to talk a little bit about getting Animate set up. We're going to do both. Okay, so I launched Adobe Animate. It's literally just, Animate. And now I'm going to create a new document. So I'm just going to go full HD because, that's what I want. It should just create it from here. Okay, I'm going to go zoom out a little bit, Command minus. And this is going to bring us into, I need to move myself. Oh, nope. Can I move me? Yeah. So this is where we're going to take a moment to set this up. Okay, so first things first. Down here in the corner, we have a few little controls. Layer 1, we have all these little things, which are called frames. And then we have something that says 30 FPS, which is frames per second. That is just the speed at which our animation is going to play. 30 is very fast. We are not going to animate at 30. I will never ask you to animate at more than 12. So over here, we can change our FPS to 12. You just click it, type 12, and hit enter. Great. Now, we need some frames to animate our ball bounce. So what I'm going to do is just, click and drag a bunch of frames. I'm going to right click them. And I'm going to hit convert to blank keyframes. And now I have all these little frames with just blank dots on them. Great. That's a good setup for us. So I'm going to go over to frame 1, make sure my playhead, which is this little guy, is on frame 1. I'm going to grab my brush tool, and I'm going to draw my ball. Let's not use blue. Let's use black. So, ball. Okay. Now, when you draw something on a frame, this little keyframe fills in the little circle. So now we have one frame that is filled in. I can use the greater than symbol. It looks like a little arrow. It looks like this. This is what the key looks like on your keyboard. I can use that key to move ahead to my next frame. But you always want to be able to see your previous frames. So over here, this is my onion skin. They changed the logo. They changed the little icon. I'm going to turn on onion skin. And that brings up this little thing around my playhead. So this tells me how many frames I can see behind and how many frames I can see ahead. So now when I go to my next frame, my ball turns blue, and I can animate, or I can draw my next one. I can go next, and as I go, I can continue to see the balls as they go. Okay, I can see a little bit in front and a little bit in back. That's onion skin. Very important. Okay, so let's delete this because we got to start over. So now that we have onion skin, now that we have our keyframes, let's animate a ball bounce. So I'm going to start all the way at the top right here. Now, this is something that's going to be very important for you to keep in mind as you move forward. Once you decide on a size of the ball, keep that size consistent. Go to my next frame. And now, since it's at the top of the arc, I'm going to have my ball accelerate kind of slowly. Okay, I'm just going to, it's going down. And as it starts to go down, as it starts to speed up, it's going to stop being a ball, like a circle, and start turning into an oval. Then when it reaches the ground, it will make contact here. So it'll make contact at the ground right there. Okay, my next frame is going to be my ball squishing against the ground. Okay, and then my next frame is going to be my ball firmly squished. That's what I like to do. Then I can have my ball starting to launch. Starting to launch. It's stretching up. It's got a lot of energy out here now. And then as it approaches the top of this arc, it starts to go from an oval back to a circle. And I got a little small there, so if we look back here, actually no, I didn't get a little small. And we just keep it going. Okay, but it slows down again. And then speeds up as it goes down because that's how gravity works.
What are you hiding?
Hold on, I'm recording a video.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so we're going to get down to here. Oh, wonderful, thank you.
Did you really want it?
Yeah.
It's light at least. Thank you for not making it heavy for me.
Yep. Okay, so I got that. That's not exactly how I want to end that, but it's okay. Now let's take a look. Let's watch this.
You got it perfect.
I'm going to hit this little loop button, and that's going to bring up this range, this loopy range, that I can decide.
Perfect.
I can decide how much I want to show. So I'm going to extend this to all of my frames. With my playhead. Extend this to all of my frames so I can see all the ones I drew. And then I just hit my play button. And we get to look at it. Boom. Alright, there we go. Now, I encourage you to do a couple of these. Do 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5, until they look really good. I do tens of these before I start a big project. So, be ready to do a couple ball bounces. Even if you did one the other day, I would do one a couple more today, just to really get a feel for Animate and how it works. This is the simplest exercise that you can do, and it will take you very far if you get good at it. All right, there we go. Have a good time.